Salvete omnes. Mihi nomen est Magister Ioannes Piazza, ego sum Magister Linguae Latinae, et volo vobis demonstrare aliquid de arte docendi, non docendi, sed de arte loquendi, about the art of speaking. Hello, I'm John Piazza, Latin teacher at Berkeley High School in California, and this is part 2, pars secunda, in my series of short videos to get you, meaning students and teachers of Latin, to be speaking Latin and using it as the language of communication a bit more. Last session, or in the first video, we talked a little bit about basic greetings, asking how you're doing and responding, a few things like that, where you live. Today we're going to go a little bit further and talk about how we can follow up from that initial conversation. So the first thing that I wanted to add last time, but didn't get around to it, was the way to say what's up. Just like in English, when people say what's up, you don't necessarily want a response, a full response, you can decide to respond with a lot of information, or you can just say not much. But this is the phrase for that. Quid novi? What's new? If you want to get technical, right? It's what of the new, partitive genitive, pretty fancy. And you're basically asking what's new. What's going on that's new that might be worth talking about? What's happening in your life that's new or recent or worth mentioning? And then a good response, if you have a response, if you have something to talk about that you did recently, great, and we'll get to that. But if you just want to be polite and move on, you can respond with nihil novi, which means nothing new. So the interaction might go, salve tibi, quid novi, nihil novi, bene, vale. So this idea of quid novi, nihil novi. And the neat thing about this is that you can be having a casual conversation, much like you would in English or in your modern language, and you're using grammatical forms and structures and things that can be found in very ancient texts. For example, the book of Ecclesiastes in the Vulgate Latin Old Testament. There is nothing new under the sun. Nihil novi sub sole. So if you want to spruce up your little interaction, it might go something like this. Salve, quid novi, salve, nihil novi. You could respond, nihil novi sub sole, ita vero, vale. Something like that might be kind of nice and fun. So that's the first thing I wanted to, the last thing from last video I wanted to add before jumping into a bit more that you can use to respond, quid novi, especially if you haven't seen somebody for a couple days or over the weekend. And this brings me to a poster I keep in my classroom and I put up every Monday. It's part of our Monday routine. And again, this is for teachers. If you want to incorporate this into your classroom, that'd be great. But this is also for students. If you want to just have the tools and the content, things to talk about in Latin. So let's see what else we can say if we want to respond to the question, quid novi? Here's my poster. It's a little bit ragged now because we use it a lot. It's part of my Monday ritual. But you can see up here, quid fecisti is like quid novi. What's new? What did you do? Quid fecisti. Often I'll be asking my students, quid fecisti feriis. And in my class, students spend about 5 minutes writing some responses, and this is up there to help them. It doesn't have everything, but it has a lot of stock phrases that students are likely to use. So We'll start out quid feci stiferis, and students will write a few sentences, maybe a short paragraph, using some connector words like deinde, and being able to write deinde, which is then, from the famous Catullus poem, Dami basiamile deinde centum, then. It might also be useful to use terms like die Saturni and die Solis, on Saturday, on Sunday, etc. Also to use like last night, right? Or heri, or yesterday. And these are the possible things that you could talk about your weekend. So if you're talking to someone and you see them on Monday or Tuesday, or you haven't seen them for a while, you say, salve, quid novi, quid feci stiferis, and you could respond with a few things, right? A few simple things. Say you were sick. A lot of people are sick this time of year. It's the 3rd of December. So you can say, I grotabam, and then the sympathetic response is pro dolor, or spero ut melius sis. I hope that you're doing better. So I grotabam is one common one. If you're talking about school, pensa domestica scripsi. I did my homework. That's another one. Laboravi. I worked, right? Perhaps someone has a job, or they're working, even in the house or something. Say you had to work in the yard. Laboravi in horto. Right? I worked in the backyard. Let's see. This is another good one. Iwi ad is I went to. So you might say, heri nocte iwi ad pelliculam. I went to see a movie, perhaps. So that's a pretty common one. If you played a sport, if there's a handout that's attached to these videos, and that handout contains a lot of the different sports that people play. So let's say I was playing basketball on Sunday, and someone asked me, quid feci stiferis? I can say, die solis luci canistripila. Canistripila is a canister ball. Or perhaps I played soccer. Luci pediludio. So there are a lot of things that you can say. And if you're watching a sport, you can also say you were watching a game, right? You're watching that sport. You might say vidi ludum harpasti. Harpastum is a word we use for football, American football. So you could say, vidi ludum harpasti. If you were watching something, you could also use the verb spectare. So that would be spectavi. I watched. I was a spectator at something. And you could say that for a movie as well. Spectavi pelliculam. Let's see. Moving right along. I like this word for just hanging out or spending time with people. You would say versatus sum. Versor is a deponent verb, so it looks passive, but it's going to be active in this way. And so if you identify as masculine, you're going to say versatus sum. If you identify as feminine, you're going to say versata sum. And that would be I hung out, I spent time. And then you would add cum amicis. I spent time with friends. Versatus sum cum amicis. Or versata sum cum amicis. If you want to avoid the binary, masculine, feminine, you could say versabar, versabar, because that's just I was hanging out. So it's imperfect tense, incompleted action, but you could use it just as well. So you could also say versabar cum amicis, and then you could add the plural form of, like, we saw a movie. So versabar cum amicis et vidimus pelliculam. That would be one way to respond. And of course there's dormivi, which is I slept. And hopefully you get some rest over the weekend, and you can say, for example, if I want to say all day Saturday I did a bunch of homework, and then Sunday I slept, we could say and someone's asking me, salve, quid fecisti feriis, or quid novi, you could respond and say, die Saturni pensa domestica scripsi, deinde, die solis, dormivi, I slept.